Yep, she did it. Ladies and gentlemen, announcing the arrival Yang Berhormat Menteri Datuk Seri Dr. Dzulkefly Ahmad, Minister of Health Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the singing of the Malaysia National Anthem. Thank you. You may now be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please make yourself comfortable and fill up the front seat if possible. If there is not enough seat, we have more seats at the JC3, where you can also view this program live from there. This is the latest one. Can we start? Signal me when can start. I want to know when can I start. I hope everyone is already comfortable. We will continue with our session. For now, to bless our program this afternoon, we would like to invite Mr. Muhammad Razi to recite the dua.
Al-Fatiha. Bismillah. Alhamdulillah. Ar-Rahman. Iya. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami yang Maha Pemurah lagi Maha Penyayang, kami sekalian hamba-Mu yang berhimpun pada hari ini sempena Majlis National Cancer Congress Malaysia pada tahun 2025, memohon rahmat dan hidayah-Mu, semoga diberikan cahaya petunjuk kepada hati kami, perkukuhkan perpaduan kami, berkatilah usaha kami, kurniakanlah ilmu kepada kami. Sesungguhnya Engkaulah Tuhan yang Maha Mendengar lagi Maha Mengetahui. Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram, hadiahkanlah kepada kami kesihatan badan, kecerdasan minda, ketenangan jiwa dan kekuatan semangat. Kami mohon kepada Engkau, Ya Allah, bantulah kami dalam menghadapi segala cabaran, ringankanlah beban kami. Sesungguhnya Engkaulah yang Maha Berkuasa. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azaban nar. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Mr. Razi, for the beautiful citations. Yang Berhormat, Datuk Seri Dr. Dzulkefly Ahmad, Minister of Health. Her Excellency, Dr. Mariam Shabina Ahmad, High Commissioner, Republic of Maldives High Commission. Mr. Davies Wallace, Deputy High Commissioner, British High Commission. Yang Berusaha, Dr. Nur Ariana Hassan, Director, Disease Control Divisions, Ministry of Health. Yang Berusaha, Professor Datuk Elizabeth Lee, CEO of Sunway Education Group. Yang Berusaha, Professor Dr. Abhimanyu Virakumarawasivam, Provost, Sunway University. Yang berbahagia, Datuk Dr. Sondri Sumasundaram, President of National Cancer Society of Malaysia and member of the Steering Committee, National Cancer Congress Malaysia 2025. Yang setia, kerana bersekutu Associate Professor Dr. Muralitaran Munisami, Chairperson, Organising Committee, National Cancer Congress Malaysia 2025. Yang Berusaha, Dr. Rabindra Abiyasing, WHO Representative and Head of the WHO Country Office to Malaysia, Brunei Darussalam and Singapore. Dr. Nik Khairul Reza Muhammad Yazin, Deputy Director, NCD, Disease Control Division, Minister of Health. Ministry of Health Division Directors, Representative, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, salam sejahtera and salam Malaysia Madani. My name is Zakwan. It's my honor to be your MC today. On behalf of the National Cancer Society Malaysia and Sunway University, I extend a warm welcome to all of you to the National Cancer Congress Malaysia 2025. Today, we come together with a shared understanding of the profound challenge that cancer presents to our nation. As one of the leading causes of morbidity and mortality, cancer touches thousands of families and communities each year. The fight against this disease demands our collective effort and the united support of our entire society. This year, the National Cancer Congress Malaysia 2025, or NCCM 2025 for short, carries forward the theme, Bridging Gaps, Building Hope, Empowering Lives to address the full spectrums of cancer care. This Congress represents a shared commitment of all of us to transforming aspirations into meaningful action, moving from hope to tangible results that will benefit patients, families, and healthcare system across Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, to officially commence our program, I am honored to invite Professor Dr. Abhimanyu Virakumarawasivam, Provost of Sunway University, to deliver his opening speech. Please welcome.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Dzulkefly Ahmad, Minister of Health. Her Excellency Dr. Mariam Shabina Ahmed, High Commissioner, Republic of Maldives High Commission. His Excellency Mr. David Wallace, Deputy High Commissioner, British High Commission. Yang Berusaha Dr. Ariana Hassan, Director, Disease Control Division, Ministry of Health. Yang Berusaha Professor Datuk Elizabeth Lee, Group Chief Executive Officer, Sunway Education. Yang Berbahagia Datuk Dr. Soundari Samasundram, President, National Cancer Society Malaysia, and a member of the Steering Committee, National Cancer Congress Malaysia 2025. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as host of the National Cancer Congress Malaysia 2025, it is my absolute honor and privilege to welcome all of you to Sunway University. In the last 3 seconds, as we celebrated with laughter, 2 people have just been diagnosed with cancer. 1 life has been lost from cancer. This is our battle against cancer. Thus, our theme, Bridging Gaps, Building Hope, and Empowering Lives, is extremely timely. Despite significant advancements in technologies in healthcare, thousands of Malaysians, tragically, are diagnosed too late for effective treatment each year. I'm reminded of an African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. But today, I'd like to say that it's also going to take a village to fight and battle cancer. A village of researchers, clinicians, survivors, policymakers, industry players, and more importantly, volunteers, caregivers, and advocates amongst all of you. Each one of you brings something extremely important: knowledge, compassion, courage, and resilience. And this Congress is about how our village can come together. We are proud to welcome more than 1,000 participants from 18 countries. Congratulations, Dr. Murali and team. You represent diverse expertise, diverse cultures, and most importantly, diverse lived experiences that are extremely important as we battle against this disease. Your presence speaks of the shared determination across borders to advance cancer care, research, and policy, not just for today, but also for future generations to come. This Congress would not be possible without the tireless efforts and vision of many individuals, and therefore allow me to extend my sincere gratitude to these individuals and parties. Thank you, YB Minister, for gracing us with your presence. Your leadership in expanding the nation's healthcare programs, particularly in areas of clinical research, healthcare infrastructure, and public health policy, has been extremely well taken. And your willingness to set time to be with us today also is your testament to this commitment. To the organizing committee chaired by Associate Professor Dr. Murali and the awesome team of the National Cancer Society of Malaysia, as well as our very own Dr. Amar and Dr. Sir Huiling and the Sunway Education Support Services, thank you very much for all your hard work. Let's give them a round of applause. To all the experts and speakers and the scientific community committee co-led by Professor Dr. Felicia and Dr. Lau Zepeng, thank you for curating the amazingly intellectually rich and inclusively engaging program. To all the industry sponsors and NGOs who are here today, we really appreciate your partnership and belief in the importance in collaborative action in this cancer space. To all the attending delegates, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for contributing your voice. Thank you for contributing your vision and joining us on this journey. Your presence and voice matters. But also to all our amazing, wonderful volunteers who have been around yesterday and today and the next few days. Here there are about 50 students from Sunway University who are back on campus, despite it being their mid-semester break. Thank you for choosing to serve this amazing purpose. You remind us that the future of healthcare lies in the passionate minds and the amazing innovative ideas that young people like yourselves have. Which is why at Sunway University, while we take pride of the significant research advancements, our impressive academic portfolio, our most important impact is how do we actually nurture our students? What are the outcomes of our students? While we are proud that our students have been ranked most employable graduate for the last 4 years in the country, at Sunway University that we believe education is more than just getting the job. It is also about how do we nurture the right mindset, the right values, to not just think about being better than others, but better for others. It's about thinking about how can we make the world more sustainable and more equitable. And as we commence this Congress, let us commit to not leaving anybody behind, no community behind, no voices unheard, and no ideas unexplored. To my fellow villagers, mentari terbit di ufuk timur, kampung teguh berpadu tenaga, jalinan erat penutup jurang, harapan bersemi, jiwa berdaya. For our international delegates, as the sun rises on the eastern horizon, a village stands strong, united in strength. As our connections bridge the gaps, hope blooms and lives are empowered. Thank you, and I wish you all a meaningful and impactful Congress. And at Sunway University, we welcome you for many, many more editions in the future. Thank you very much.
Excuse me. Thank you, Professor Dr. Abi, for the insightful, eye-opening remarks. Next, to provide us with an overview of this Congress and its significance, we will hear from the Organizing Committee Chairperson of the NCCM 2025, Yang Setia Colonel Bersekutu, Associate Professor Dr. Muraltaran Munisami. Please welcome.
A very good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, Yang Berhormat, Datuk Seri Dr. Dzulkefly Ahmad, Minister of Health, Malaysia, Her Excellency Dr. Mariam Shabina Ahmad, High Commissioner, Republic of Maldives, High Commission, Mr. David Wallace, Deputy High Commissioner, British High Commission, Yang Berusaha Dr. Nur Ariana Hassan, Director, Disease Control Division, Ministry of Health, Malaysia, Yang Berusaha Professor Dato Elizabeth Lee, Chief Executive Officer, Sunway Education Group, Yang Berusaha Professor Dr. Abimanyu Veera Kumarasibam, Provost, Sunway University, Yang Berbahagia Dato Dr. Saundari Somasundram, President, National Cancer Society, Malaysia, Yang Berusaha Dr. Rabindra Abiasinghe, WHO representative and head of the WHO country office to Malaysia, Brunei, Darussalam, and Singapore, Dr. Nick Khairul Reza bin Muhammad Yazin, Deputy Director, NCD Disease Control Division, Ministry of Health, senior management from the Ministry of Health, Malaysia, late members of the media, my colleagues from all across the different countries who have taken your time off to join us today, from Mexico right up to Brazil, to the US, to Qatar, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Japan, South Korea. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming all the way. I was one of my colleagues just to open this. One of my colleagues went through some volcano eruption to get here. So it's high value, people complaining about traffic jam. Your excuse not valid. So a very good afternoon. Thank you very much. It is such a pleasure and an honor, first of all, to Datuk Seri and senior management of KKM for, of course, always taking their time to join us and support us in this endeavor. And second, Dr. Rabi and His Excellency, Her Excellencies, thank you very much for taking time off your busy schedules to join us during this very important and momentous occasion for us. This is the second year running, and originally my boss laughed very cynically. Last year, at the end, she closed it and she said, you guys really want to do this every year? 2 years, yeah, she was suggesting 2 years, then 4 years. No, but actually there is a big need of us to undertake this enormous, not little program. And most importantly, there is an urgency, as Prof. Abi says. Every day for us, we wake up and see how we can do better. Because in the time that we wait, someone is no longer here. A family member is no longer here. a friend is no longer here. It is a difficult fight, but we try. And so we have, with the kind consent or maybe emotional blackmail to Sunway University, made this an honor or an annual event. And we're very grateful for them for the continued support that they continue to give us in so many amazing ways. This year, I'm proud to report, last year we were at about 600, 700 people. This year at about 1,180 people spread across Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And in case you're wondering where all those humans are, there's JC3 and LT6, I think, is also streaming. So there are other humans watching this by live stream. Of course, as an opening, I have to thank everyone who's been involved directly and indirectly in bringing the National Cancer Congress to life. First of all, is Sunway University. As I was saying, good things always comes to those who do good things to other people. So it's really a cycle of karma. And I'm sure Prof was, I think, a bit humble. He didn't mention that yesterday they reported a huge jump in the rankings, almost 100 over places, 130 places, to become one of the top leading institutions in Malaysia, if not the region and the world. So really, it is the amount of goodwill and support that they've given us, which I think always is mirrored by their amazing commitment, dedication, and their academic prowess as well. So in that sense, the team from Sunway, Prof. Abi, Prof. Raja, and of course, Prof. Felicia, Dr. Sir, and Dr. Ahmad, just a whole host of people who have just been working at the kind of back end to make sure that we've managed to bring this all together. And next is, of course, our sponsors who continue to support us despite all our crazy ideas and even more crazier sometimes strategies, because as a civil society organization, we're not generally doing the very conventional kind of conference as you have seen. Last year I spoke to this as well. One of the proud things that I think that Dr. Soundari has shared to us is the fact that we have to collaborate. I was going to go with, we all have to die together or die in isolation, but yes. So you will never see a program of the National Cancer Society of Malaysia without at least like 20 or 30 other partners. And many of these partners have been steadfast friends, supporting us through almost 60 years that we've been around in Malaysia. So we like to thank Axios International, United Imaging, Biocon Biologics, Calcis, Pharma, M3C, and of course, Roche, AstraZeneca, MSD. Oh my God, I forgot someone. Somebody's going to be, and Novartis. Yes, and Novartis for their wonderful contribution and continued support. This is, as I was saying, a very successful conference. For the first time, we've been, and people, I used this term about a couple of days ago to Datuk Azman, our previous Deputy DG. He terms me as being suicidally optimistic. So my staff hate me, by the way. So my colleagues always shudder every time I appear on a Monday or Tuesday morning, and they'll be like, okay, what is this crazy chap up to this time? And so this year, we're very proud to have not only the 4 tracks running, we have run, I think, 3 additional summits, a cancer financing summit, which just ended, a patient summit together with Axios, which goes on tomorrow, and a women's cancer summit on Sunday, which will again be a multi-stakeholder engagement, engaging with different diverse stakeholders across the landscape. In addition, if this was not enough, we're also having 3 symposiums, 1 UICC site meeting, and a lung health initiative meeting. All this over 3 days. Again, my colleagues don't really like me. We would also really like to acknowledge the Union for International Cancer Control's support in making this meeting a reality. This year, our colleagues from UICC have kindly agreed to have a site meeting here, which brings together almost about 20 over countries. And with strong participation across the region, it's actually very in line with the government's leadership of ASEAN this year. So we're making sure that all our ASEAN colleagues have been well represented, and they're not here to partake of the ice kacang alone. They will go home with plans and strategies on how we can further improve cancer control across the region as well. Last year, interestingly, our minister, Seri Dr. Dzulkefly, announced for the first time our attempt at that time to undertake this very ambitious global program on the lung health initiative. And it was announced here. And we are proud equally to report that in less than the space of a year, we have already passed it at the WHO General Assembly. And it's now being taken for implementation by each and every WHO member state. So really, again, please give a round of applause to this man who, and of course, our leadership at the Ministry of Health, who put this entire kind of process together, and then we've just run. I think it's run, Forest run kind of idea. So of course, suicidally optimistic. I think we have very strong programs in place for implementation of the Lung Health Initiative. I think about 3 or 4 days ago, you start seeing that the Cancer Society will now start deploying mobile X-rays to conduct screening. This is part of the Lung Health Initiative. There's also patient access programs, patient navigation programs. We are implementing bits and pieces of the Lung Health Initiative across the entire spectrum of cancer control in lung cancer, and that we hope will be a story or a case study for Malaysia so that other countries can look and kind of pick up on what we're doing. But we're also learning from that experience. And so I'm happy to suicidally optimistically share with you that our next initiative will be moving from lung to liver. And there is a strong reason for this. It's actually entirely due to Prof. Raja, who is our dean, and he's a hepatologist and a gastroenterologist, and no, but it's not him. Statistically, it's the quickest rising cancer in Malaysia. It moved up very quickly from the past National Cancer Registry report. In the 5-year margin, it's gone up very significantly. So we know we have to do something to address it. Unlike most countries, our liver cancer is not being driven by hepatitis. It's actually being driven by non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And that, unfortunately, has other factors that we will now seek to address. So our strategy this year will be to continue deployment on the ground on the implementation of the Lung Health Initiative to address lung cancer, but also to move into the space of liver cancer and start putting a program together for us to deal with this rising new cancer. So more work ahead for everyone. Yay. Okay, so next is, please allow me, as I was saying, to thank, I cannot thank enough the amazing work of the steering committee, the organizing committee, and the scientific committee. This year, I think we had more than 100 abstracts being submitted and reviewed by the committee, and which is no joke for any conference of this size in Malaysia. And they've done an amazing job. And together, I think we have almost about 60 or 70 presentations over the next 3 days. And that also has required no small amount of magic to kind of choreograph and put together, dealing with everybody's moods and requests and asks. So really, please join me in thanking this amazing team of people that have come together to do this. I would also like to introduce my colleagues from the Hong Kong Anti-Cancer Association, who have come all the way from Hong Kong to support us today. Thank you very much. And could we maybe have you stand up a little bit? Would that be too much? No, it wouldn't. Yeah. They are there, okay. Our president and the ladies are there. Okay, amazing. Okay, so just for your information, they are the hosts next year for the World Cancer Congress. So, as you know, hotel rooms in Hong Kong are expensive. So be nice to them. They'll set you up as you travel there for free. No promises. What is this? No, she's getting afraid and looking at me. We'd also like to really thank and welcome the team from Brunei. I think that Datuk Babu, Datuk Shafiq, Datin, thank you so much for joining us as well. It's really an honor to have you with us, and I think we need to work across together. We've talked about it. I think it's time to kind of get this, use the ASEAN leverage to kind of get our work across our countries going together as well. We have, as I said, we are kind of trying to take leadership over the ASEAN space in cancer and making sure that we can make meaningful change together, of course, with the guidance and support of our minister, our Ministry of Health, and WHO, as well as other agencies. And in this endeavor, as of course, one of the prime kind of drivers in terms of academic capacity and expertise is our pillar, Sunway University. So for those who have not come to Kuala Lumpur yet, the Twin Towers are no longer the tallest buildings. But for National Cancer Congress, our two pillars are always Sunway University and the Ministry of Health of Malaysia. So the amazing work that they have done for and continue to do with us is always something that we've held in high regard. And we continue to do all that we can for our people together. Ladies and gentlemen, you know that there's nothing, I am selling curry to all of the Indians in this room. Yeah, it's a pun. Okay. So there's nothing that you all don't know about how bad or serious or severe the problem of cancer is. But it brings us great hope to see everyone here together. Every single stakeholder across all the different spaces. This cancer is owned by all of us. We need every solution that we can throw at it. And we continue to, and I'm really honored and pleased that you're all here committed towards this purpose as well. So really, thank you for joining us once again. And I'm hoping that you all have a wonderful time. For those of our guests who are here from abroad, please take the time to see our wonderful city of Kuala Lumpur, the amazing city of Sunway, and of course, everywhere else that you can visit. It is ridiculously hot, so please stay hydrated. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Murali, for the very comprehensive overview. As what Dr. Murali has said, in this conference, Congress may call us National Cancer Congress, but there are many international faces. It seems like the International National Cancer Congress. Now, it is my great honor to introduce a leader who truly needs no introduction and who has been the forefront of our nation's healthcare initiatives to deliver his keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me extending a warm welcome to our Minister of Health, Yang Berhormat, Datuk Seri Dr. Dzulkefly Ahmad.
Thank you, Mr. Zakwan, Master of Ceremony. Preceded by two eloquent speakers earlier, may I be allowed to not read this salutation, very long indeed. Excellencies, Dr. Miriam and also Mr. David Wallace, Provost, Dr. Rambidra, WHO rep, colleagues from MOH, professors, distinguished, erudite, knowledgeable professors, and the VVIP of this program, all of you participants from I would like to correct that. This is not National Cancer Congress. It's now an International Cancer Congress of at least 18 countries from the Americas, North, South America, the GCCs, Southeast Asia, the Far East, China, Korea. You are the microcosm of the global community right now. May I begin by my usual salutation of my salam of Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, selamat petang, dan salam Malaysia Madani. All praise be unto Allah the Almighty that has provided us the provision of health. To be here, you've got to be healthy. After wealth. And truly it gives me great honor for me to stand before you again to officiate this second edition of the International Cancer Congress Malaysia, NCCM 2025. As I vividly recall, officiating the inaugural NCCM in this very hall last year, to witness its return today with stronger participation and purpose reflects the unwavering commitments of the organizers, partners, and every stakeholders gathered here. A big round of applause for all of you. Your presence from across the world reaffirms our shared mission to fight cancer, not just as a medical challenge, but a public health and a moral imperative. My deepest appreciation, of course, to the Provost, to the NCSM, Datuk Santara, our Dr. Murali, and for their unwavering and unflinching, inspiring leadership. And the Ministry of Health deeply values this continued collaboration in making NCCM a success for the second year running. NCCM 2025 aligns well with our National Strategic Plan for Cancer Control 2021-2025. As we enter its final phase, MOH is already charting the next chapter, one that is more data-driven, inclusive, forward-looking, and forward-focused. Cancer remains one of the most pressing and devastating challenges in our war against the pandemic of NCDs. I'm not about to sell curry to Indians, okay, Dr. Murali? I'm not about to preach to the converted or the preachers themselves. But truly, it is a devastating, challenge, pressing challenge in the fight or pandemic of the NCDs after we more or less left the pandemic of infectious disease, namely SARS-CoV-2 virus or the disease COVID-19. Now, according to the National Cancer Registry, right up to 2021, we now record over 169,000 reported cancer cases, an increase of 47% from the previous cycle. The lifetime risk of cancer has also increased to 1 in 8 Malaysians. May I remind you that. This growing burden calls for not only better treatment, but stronger prevention and early detection across the board. Late-stage diagnoses remain too common, particularly in colorectal, lung, liver, and breast cancers. Ladies and gentlemen, at last year's NCCM, we introduced the Lung Health initiatives as alluded earlier by Dr. Murali, in response to lung cancer standing as one of the top 3 most common cancers and the leading cause of death, premature death in Malaysia. At the recent, as I also alluded earlier on, at the recent 78 WHA 78, Malaysia has successfully led the adoption of a global resolution entitled Promoting and Prioritizing an Integrated Lung Health Approach, co-sponsored by 15 WHO member states. A big round of applause for all of you, not for Minister or the MOH. This is historic. This is a historic milestone, not just for Malaysia, but for global public health. It reflects our belief in a whole of planet approach for lung health that integrates prevention, digital innovation, and people-centered care. It doesn't stop here though. Here at home, implementation is already underway across 6 states: Selangor, Penang, Kedah, Pahang, Kelantan, and Sabah. Artificial intelligence AI is now being utilized for chest x-rays in selected health clinics and government hospitals for interpretation, improving accuracy and precision, and accelerating early detection for lung cancer and other respiratory diseases or illnesses. I commend NCSM for extending this effort through mobile AI X-ray units, which help screen underserved communities and workers in industrial settings. This is how we make lung health a shared responsibility across all sectors, addressing broader lung health concern holistically, from asthma and COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases to tuberculosis, occupational diseases, smoking, and air pollution, everything that continuously insult the lung as the most vulnerable and unprotected organ of our human body. So what's next? We must now turn our attention to another rising concern, which is liver cancer, particularly hepatocellular carcinoma, HCC, which once upon a time was attributed to alcoholic, now it is non-alcoholic causes, which now rank as the 5th common cancer in Malaysia. According to NHMS, National Health Morbidity Surveys 2023, about 6.7 million Malaysians are affected, approximately 28%, with 700,000 already at intermediate to high risk of advanced liver fibrosis. This is, we'll finally see HCC or hepatocellular carcinoma. Used to be alcoholic in origin, now it's fatty liver and what have you. This simply cannot be ignored. Like lung cancer, reducing the burden of HCC requires earlier detection and a strong focus on upstream risk factors, from hepatitis infection to fatty liver disease and cirrhosis. So Dr. Rabinder just whispered to me, curative care will always be in crisis. You've got to go upstream. You've got to go preventive. And even transplant for that matter, something that I'm really mulling to give an emphasis, because that is truly, truly curative. Therefore, we shall aim to integrate fatty liver screening and hepatocellular carcinomas, the HCC risk assessment, into our broader NCDs framework. I also support the call for a dedicated liver health strategy, a national roadmap that aligns effort, consolidate resources, and accelerate impact and health outcome. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings me to a critical pillar of our response: cancer financing. For that, I warmly welcome the Cancer Financing Summit, co-organized by NCSM and M3C and all other our strategic partners. I see from other partners that all hands on the deck kind of thing together under the auspices of pharma. Yeah, we have here all our benevolent sponsors as well, industry players, AstraZeneca, Biocon Biologic, Axios, and I've got to look around to what have we now? Novartis, of course, Novartis. I wouldn't be blamed for not naming all, yeah. Roche International, sorry, Roche. If I miss anyone, please shout at me. Shout at me. If I miss Roche, yeah, Novartis, AstraZeneca, MSD, how could I miss MSD? Merck, Smith and Dome, that has given me 200,000 doses of HPV. Give a big round of applause for the vaccine. How dare I? Right? So, health financing is truly a critical, if not the most critical success factor in ensuring that we get to do and undertake this year. Because I could see that there are efforts right now, by Theta H, there are, I could see there are really good. I've heard from Dr. Murali earlier of many, innovative approaches of getting to doing this, and I'm so grateful that we'll get to doing this. I know, as Dr. Ravinder reminded me, it's so very expensive to get to this, targeted therapy, immunotherapy, is so very expensive. And when we really need, an innovative cancer financing approaches through this Cancer Financing Summit. And I believe that you would really, collectively bring this to fruition. I pray and I wish that we get to see that. And I'm coming close to my last few paragraphs. The summit must seek to address key issues such as funding models, as I alluded to, service procurement and benefit designs that are grounded in real-world case studies and ecosystem-wide insights. This is difficult. We really got to be really grounded on real-world case studies and ecosystem-wide insights, all of which will determine and shape patient access to care. For too many families, affordability remains the greatest barrier to timely, effective treatment, which goes against the very grain of what we vouch to do in the mantra of UHC, leaving no one behind. Should we fail, we betray the thing that we vouch to do together. And that is accessibility, affordability without financial shock suffered by any individuals. Is a lot easier to say, leaving no one behind. But this is a challenge. Provost, Excellencies, colleagues, friends, this is where the challenge is. To me, it is just so very important that we get to doing this Cancer Financing Summit to be producing as many innovative product as it's possible, be it philanthropic sources, even leveraging and unlocking wakaf sources, and more importantly as well, beside that, Axios, I'm looking at my Dr. Tariq, Dr. Zaid, Dr. Anas, how could I must put our head together and our heart together to get this cancer financing innovative product out. Yeah, you may or may not realize that I come this time round helming the MOH. I said it with a vengeance to solve health financing sustainability, and I've just been introducing all these buzzwords of MHIT, DRG, Rakan KKM, and what have you, all in the, with the purpose of making health financing sustainable. So here we know that no one should suffer financial shock, by way of financing their way to treatment. So this is how we're going to be doing it together. Now, as this Congress unfolds, I urge all delegates to engage fully by sharing knowledge, forge collaborations, and explore innovative solutions to close the cancer gap. Yeah. Whether through research policies or partnership, let us use this platform to elevate the standard of cancer care in Malaysia and the region, particularly, and in the entire world. With that, in the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, I declare the National Cancer Congress Malaysia 2025 officially open. Very big thank you for all. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Yang Berhormat Menteri, for your inspiring address. We kindly ask Yang Berhormat Menteri to please remain on stage as we now invite Yang Berhormat Menteri to launch the National Cancer Congress Malaysia 2025. We also would like to invite our distinguished guests to join Yang Berhormat Menteri on stage. We would like to invite Datuk Dr. Sontari and Professor Dr. Abimanyu to witness this momentous launch ceremony. Yang Berhormat Menteri, on the count of 3, please place your palm on the tablet to launch the event. 3, 2, 1. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the National Cancer Congress Malaysia 2025 is officially open. The video you have just witnessed was a compilation of footage from NCCM 2024, our first Congress last year here in this very hall. A million thanks to everyone involved. That Congress became the foundation we built and our journey forward to NCCM 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, next we would like to move your attention to the screen in front for another compelling video titled, The Next Chapter, From Lung Health to Liver Hope. There you go. For your information, the video highlights Malaysia year-old lung health initiative by the Ministry of Health, a national effort combining health promotion, community screening with AI-powered chest X-ray, treatment and supportive care. This initiative also showcases Malaysia's global contribution with the lung health resolution at the 70th World Health Assembly and signals a broader focus on liver disease and obesity. Next, on our item in the agenda, to further solidify the spirit of collaboration, we now move on to the exchange of memorandums of understanding. We will be witnessing two MOUs today, all witnessed by Yang Berhormat Menteri and Professor Dr. Abi on stage. For the first MOU, it is an exchange between NCSM, represented by NCSM President, Dr. Seri, and Biocon Biologics Limited. We would like to invite distinguished representative from Biocon Biologics to please come up to the stage for the exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, for information, this MOU signifies a formal collaboration between NCSM and Biocon Biologics Limited to improve access to affordable, high-quality biosimilars for cancer and diabetes patients by combining scientific expertise with community outreach. Thank you. We would like to invite Biocon Biologics representative to please return to their seat. Next, we will be witnessing another MOU. This time it's between NCSM and United Imaging Malaysia. For this, we would like to invite the representative from United Imaging to please come up to the stage for the exchange. We also would like to invite Dr. Vigneswari Subramaniam, Deputy Medical Director of NCSM, to please come up to the stage for the MOU. For your information, this MOU between NCSM and United Imaging signifies formal collaboration to enhance access to advanced nuclear medicines and molecular imaging services nationwide. Thank you to all our distinguished guests who graced the stage for these significant MOUs. We would now like to invite our distinguished guests to please return to their seat as Yang Berhormat Menteri and Dr. Seri will remain on stage. Next, we would like to have the crucial steps in our shared mission. We would like to present the token of appreciations to express our sincere gratitude to those who have firmly supported NCCM 2025. First, we would like to invite our diamond sponsors. We would like to invite Biocon Biologics. Next, we would like to invite United Imaging. Next is Calcis. Next, we would like to invite M3C. Next, we would like to invite our community partner, Axios International. And now, followed by MSD. Next is Roche. Gene Solutions. AstraZeneca. Novartis. Next is SBS Digital Holdings Sdn Bhd. Kompai Pharma. Next, Gene Scientific. Lafre Global Sdn Bhd. Axios Healthcare Sdn Bhd. And last but not least, Paradise Group. Thank you so much. Those are our sponsors. To all our esteemed sponsors, thank you so much for your support to NCCM 2025. Thank you, Yang Berhormat Menteri and Dr. Sonteri, for your presence and gracing us with your time. We now kindly invite you to return to your seat as we will proceed with our final agenda photo group session. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to request that everyone please remain seated for this group session, but we would like to request everyone to please fill up the front seats, as many as possible, especially in the middle one. Members of the media, you may take the positions on the stage to capture this moment. Everyone, we would like to have a special request to please stand up for a while and stand in the middle, because so that we can see, like, you know, everyone in the picture. We don't want to miss out anyone. All right, thank you everyone. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Thank you for your presence this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This formally concludes our official opening ceremony of NCCM 2025. On behalf of the organizer, we thank you once again for gracing us with your presence. We are now would like to invite Yang Berhormat Menteri and our distinguished guests to proceed to the exhibition booth to explore the innovative displays and engage with their representatives. Ladies and gentlemen, while our distinguished guests proceed to the exhibition, we now invite all of you to an evening refreshment tea outside for networking sessions. Thank you so much, everyone.